One prison, from which escape was impossible. Cold ocean on every side, armed guards watching from above, steel walls closing in from every direction. The American government had declared it, "No one can escape from here." But in 1962, three men did the impossible. They did what no one had ever done before, and to this day, no one knows whether they survived or vanished forever. In the middle of the cold San Francisco Bay, there is a small island. On that island stood a prison. Its name was Alcatraz. This was no ordinary prison. Only the most dangerous criminals were sent here, those who had already escaped from other prisons. Famous criminals like Al Capone were locked inside these walls. The prison was surrounded by freezing cold water on every side. Powerful waves crashed against the island day and night. The water was so cold that it could kill a man within minutes. Over 29 years, 14 escape attempts were made, but every single one failed. Every single one. No one had ever made it out alive. In 1960, a new prisoner arrived at Alcatraz. His name was Frank Morris. He was no ordinary criminal. Doctors had tested his intelligence, and the result was shocking. Frank Morris had a genius-level IQ. From childhood, he was extraordinarily smart, but he chose the wrong path. From a young age, he turned to crime. He attempted to escape from every prison he was ever sent to. That is exactly why they sent him to Alcatraz. The government was certain that even he could never escape from here. But from his very first day inside those walls, Frank Morris was already planning. Inside the prison, Frank found two brothers, John Anglin and Clarence Anglin. Both brothers were serving time for bank robbery. Frank slowly built their trust, day by day, week by week. And then one day, Frank revealed his plan. The two brothers stared at him in complete disbelief. This was madness, but it could actually work. The three men began working together in secret. Every night when everyone fell asleep, these three stayed awake. They dug into the walls with spoons. They scraped with stones. Every night a little more progress. And before morning came, everything was hidden again. The guards never suspected a thing. Months passed, the hole grew bigger, and so did their hope. But digging through the wall was not enough. Every night the guards checked every cell. If a bed was found empty, everything would be over. So Frank Morris did something remarkable. Using soap and real hair collected from the prison barbershop, he crafted a realistic dummy head. It looked completely real in the dark. All three men did the same. Every night before they worked, the dummy heads were placed carefully in their beds. The guards walked past and saw what they thought were sleeping prisoners. And to cross the cold, dark water of the bay, they collected dozens of raincoats from other prisoners. Slowly and carefully stitched them together and built a small raft. To inflate it, they used a musical instrument from the prison. Everything was ready. Now they just needed the right night. June 11th, 1962. Darkness fell over the prison. Silence filled every corridor. Every prisoner was asleep. Guards were making their usual rounds. The three men placed their dummy heads carefully into their beds. They squeezed through the hole in the wall, climbed up onto the roof, slid down the pipes on the other side, and ran toward the cold, dark water of the bay. They jumped in and disappeared into the night. The next morning, guards arrived to check the cells as usual. They looked into Frank Morris's cell, and a dummy head stared back at them. They moved to the next cell, another dummy head, and the next, another dummy head. A few seconds of silence, and then the alarm screamed across the entire prison. Officers ran in every direction. The FBI was called immediately. America's most secure prison had just been embarrassed in a way no one had ever imagined possible. The FBI launched an immediate search. Along the shore of the bay, they found some items. Pieces of the raft, some personal belongings, and a few pieces of clothing. But no bodies were ever found, and no prisoners were ever caught. The FBI searched for 17 years, 17 long years, and found nothing. Did they drown in the freezing water? Did the cold bay claim their lives that night? Or did they make it to the other side and start new lives under new names? In 2013, the Anglin family came forward with an old photograph. The photo was taken in 1975, 13 years after the escape. Two men were visible in the image, men who looked remarkably like John and Clarence Anglin. The FBI investigated, but no conclusion was ever reached. Then in 2018, something else surfaced. A letter written by hand. It said, "I am John Anglin. I am alive. I am now 83 years old." The FBI examined the letter carefully. Experts said this letter could be genuine, but it could never be confirmed. John Anglin was never found. To this day, this case remains officially open. The FBI has never closed it because the answer has never been found. 3 men, one impossible escape, and one question that still lives on. Are they out there somewhere, living quietly under different names in a place no one would ever think to look? Or did the cold, dark water of San Francisco Bay swallow them whole that night? Perhaps this secret will never be revealed. If you made it this far, you just heard one of the most unbelievable true stories in American history. And this is exactly what we do here at Unearthing History. Every single week, we dig up the world's strangest, darkest, and most incredible true stories. Stories that sound too unbelievable to be real, but happened anyway. If you want more stories like this, hit that subscribe button right now, because next week we are uncovering another chapter of history that will leave you completely speechless. Welcome to Unearthing History. The truth is always stranger than fiction.